if you're looking to change your life for the better, then the Aquarius season is going to be the perfect time for you to do that, and I'll tell you why. The Aquarius energy is about teamwork to achieve our goals, teamwork to make the dream work. And that especially works in this case because the North Node, which is the collective destiny that we're moving towards, has moved into Pisces. And Pisces is the energy about manifesting your dreams. And then now we're moving into the Aquarius season on January 19th, which is all about teamwork, making friends, making alliances, building your network, and then being a part of something that is bigger than the self, which is also a part of what Pisces is about, to be fair, because it's actually devoting ourselves to work that has a universal scale. So this Aquarius season is going to be helping us to make the changes necessary to help us evolve. Now, a new season begins when the sun moves into a new zodiac sign. So the sun is going to move into Aquarius. So what does that mean? Well, the sun is actually technically in detriment in Aquarius, which means that it struggles to express its natural energy in the natural way that it usually does, because the sun rules Leo and it's in Aquarius, which is the opposite zodiac sign. So what does that mean? Basically, the sun likes to be the center of attention. It likes to be the star of the show. Like, if you ever had that friend that is a part of the friendship group that tries to draw the attention always onto themselves instead of just sharing collectively into the group. Well, that's the energy of the naturally of the sun. It's kind of Leo energy. I'm not saying that every Leos do that, but you get what I'm saying? That's the energy of what it is astrologically. Now, when the sun goes into Aquarius, the energy of the sun is in detriment because the sun's purpose changes. So usually when the sun is in its natural place, Leo, or in its second natural place, Aries, which is also a like me, I energy, the purpose of the sun now is to use its warmth, to use its passion, to use its vitalizing energy and share it amongst the group. So it's not about the individual anymore, it's about the group. It's not about the individual, it's about the team. It's not about the individual, it's about the collective. So as we begin to shift into this new energy, we begin to start understanding that teamwork and collaboration is more important. Now, as the sun moves into Aquarius, it's going to be conjunct Pluto. That's a fancy-ass word for basically meaning we're going to join forces. The sun and Pluto are going to join forces. Now, the sun represents who you want to become, and Pluto represents transformation. So we can immediately see that the Aquarius season is going to be a massive key for you transforming into the person that you want to be. But for you to transform into the person that you want to be, you have to embody the Aquarius energy, which is what we just said. It's not all about you, it's about the team, it's about the collective, it's about teamwork makes the dream work. So as you learn to surrender ego, surrender pride, surrender the need to clamor for all of the attention to yourself, you are going to start transforming into the person that you want to be through investing in collaboration, through investing in teamwork, through being a part of something greater than self, and also through being more authentic. And vulnerably here, I have a Leo South Node. So I have, your South Node represents your past life abilities, the skills that you've mastered over many past lifetimes and generations of mastering this skill set. So with me having a Leo South Node, I have the ability to be very charismatic, to put on a show, to create a spectacle, to create a drama. But with my North Node in Aquarius, what I'm moving towards is more a level of natural authenticity, more so than putting on a dramatic show or charismatic spectacle. So even in doing my YouTube videos now, including this one that I'm recording at the moment, I'm more focused on just being my natural, authentic self than trying to play up my energy and project it through the screen and all of the theatrics. Because what I desire is to build an authentic astrological community online and in real life, because that it spills out off of social media as well. So for me, it's really important that whatever emotional state I'm feeling in the moment. And sometimes it might be a high level, charismatic emotional state. But whatever level I'm feeling in the moment is what I project through this camera in the most authentic way. So that's the same energy that we're learning to connect with in the Aquarius season that is coming January 19th, which will help you in your relationships, because if you're meeting a new partner and getting to know somebody, then the more authentic you can be, the deeper the connection will be, because the sun is conjunct or has joined forces, will join forces with Pluto. Pluto is about depth and intensity. So you will almost actually feel this tangible, etheric, repelling energy from anybody who is putting on a mask or trying to hide their level of authenticity, because Pluto is almost like that. Have you ever been around somebody and you kind of get this like weird energy that you can't put your finger on? You just kind of feel as though there's something off, or there's actually something dangerous about that person, even though there's like a beaming smile on their face and they seem so joyful and carefree, but you just feel as though there's something insidious about that person. That's actually a Pluto energy. What it is that your etheric body, your energy body, is sensing something deeper within that person that they are trying so hard energetically to hide and disguise through a mask, but you can still energetically feel it. And this is going to be intensified during this Aquarius season, because the sun is a bright shining light. It shines the light on the Pluto energy, so it shines the light on what is being hidden. So this is why I recommend to you to be the one that reveals your true self first, before the universe or the rest of your community does it for you. So this is why it's being authentic is actually a protection mechanism, especially against slander or against damage to your reputation. And this is why authenticity is a asset to your reputation, because Aquarius is the second house to Capricorn. That might be very confusing if you're new to astrology, so I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want to go too deep into it and make it like a thing, but just, I beg you take my word for it. You get what I'm trying to say? Astrologically, Aquarius and authenticity is an asset to your reputation, because authenticity cannot be slandered. It's like the Eminem 8 Mile saga, you know what I'm saying? If you put your own authentic self out there first before anybody else can do it, nobody can talk shit, because I already told you that. Do you get what I'm saying? Somebody says, Hamidi, you're a flipping sex addict, or you flipping whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I told you that I'm a highly sexual person. I told you that I have trouble sleeping at night because I got raided in Colombia and I have nightmares and wake up in the middle of the night in a state of panic. I already told you that, you know what I'm saying? So how can you then bring it back to me and try and put it online like that's something that's gonna hurt me or attack me? I've already opened up about who I am openly and honestly and shared my journey. So it's not that you have to put it online. Like, if that's I'm already online. If you're not online, you're not online. But in your relationships, in your friendships, in your business partnerships, in your alliances. So another thing that is going to help you in this Aquarius season is there's a square, which is a conflict between the Sun and Pluto in Aquarius and between Lilith in Libra. Now, I want you to think about the aspects as just different types of relationships. So if you think about your network, you might have a certain friend that you have. Whenever you're with that friend, everything flows naturally and you just feel as though, you know what I'm saying, you just enjoy the same things. Your talents naturally support each other's talents. The conversation flows. You have a great understanding of each other and everything just feels natural. You may have another friend who, when you're with that person, there's a little bit of tension there. There's still a connection, but when you're with that person challenges you. They're not going to agree to everything that you say, not just out of being a dick, but just there's a genuine difference in perspective. So they challenge you, and you challenge them, and there's like more of like a bit of a competitive, bit of underlying tension there. That energy is the energy of a square. So it's when you see like that red line, a 90-degree angle in the chart. Anyway, there's a challenge in between the Sun and Pluto and Lilith in Libra. And Lilith is where you bury your emotions. So right now, you may be burying your emotional need for connection, for balance, for harmony, and for a relationship. Because we're moving into the Aquarius season, it's going to highlight this, that where you're burying your need for collaboration, for connection, for union, for alignment, for the harmony that you get from connecting with other people, that is going to, if you don't stop burying those emotional needs, then that is going to be to your detriment. It's going to stop you from becoming the person that you want to become. I don't want to use the general word success, because I want to be very specific in terms of what I mean by success. In this case of success, in the case of the sun success, because the sun shows you what new zodiac season that we're going into, the sun represents the person that you want to become. So when the sun says, I have been successful, it means I have become the person that I desire to become. And in this energy, it's a person who is authentic, unique, who shares their authentic self confidently, who shares their power with the community and realizes that it's not all about themselves, who is open for collaboration through working with a network, for doing teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, and that we all become the person that we want to become together. We make changes to ourselves to evolve. So one of the changes we need to make to evolve is stopping burying our need for collaboration and partnership and harmonizing with other people, and allowing ourselves to connect with the group. Now, Uranus is also retrograde in Taurus, and that is actually in a trine aspect. Weirdly enough, you'd think it's in a square. I know, but just bear with me. But there's also there's this connection there which shows that Taurus is about stability, stability and security. Now, in a Taurus sense, there's mainly two types of stability, maybe three. Let's call it three. One type of stability is the obvious one, which is money. You get what I'm saying? We feel more stable and secure when we've got money in the bank. You get what I'm saying? I do, you do, everybody watching this video feels more secure when they got more money in the bank. You feel more stable, you feel more secure. Now, what this is showing, because there's a connection between the Sun and Pluto in Aquarius and Uranus retrograde in Taurus, then it helps us to start reflecting on some of the changes that we have made in our pursuits of financial stability and financial security, and reflecting to realize what changes we can make in the future to evolve our path towards financial stability and financial security in a way that is going to make things easier. And one of the ways it's going to make things easier is, again, teamwork, because you're leveraging the power of community. Another way that it's going to make things easier is through certain automation, like what technologies can you use that's going to make your path towards financial stability easier? Can you automate savings because you know that you're not going to do it because you have a spending problem, or that you don't like looking at your finances because when you look at it you have an emotional reaction to how much or how little finances you do have? These are going to be the things that are going to really help you. Some automation, teamwork, and really reflecting on what changes you can make and have made, and really being like scientific about it as well, because Aquarius is the energy of the scientist. So you have to like look at the data, like, you know, if you're like a social media creator, then you post content and you look at what content does the best, hopefully. Like some people don't do, I sometimes don't do it enough. You look at your insights and you think, okay, well this one did better than this one, so this proves that this resonates more with the people than the rest. So do that with your finances. Like, if you're a business person, what offer did you have that was making more money objectively than the rest of the offers? What time in your life were you making more money and what time were you making less money? What career path or job or business feels more authentic for you? Because remember, authenticity is going to help you to become the person that you want to become, and it's going to be aligning with your finances. Now, the other part of that is the fact that Uranus is in Taurus means that we're not just looking for money, we're looking for financial freedom, and that is a completely different thing. Because anybody who has made, well, any money at all will immediately realize that there's lots of ways that you can make money that do not also make you feel more free. Do you get what I'm saying? There's many ways that you can make money that also make you a slave. this is not what we're looking for in the Aquarius season. In the Aquarius season, what we're looking for are ways that make us money that also add to our freedom and liberation. Because Aquarius is not the person to be a slave. Aquarius would be the slaves breaking out, would be Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad, would be the person who rebels against censorship, the fact that we cannot have freedom of speech anymore. This is the Aquarius energy. So you're not going to want to be a slave financially. Now, another way of stability that we can have is our physical stability in our physical body, which means that if you're having any kind of body dysmorphia right now, which could be that you're looking at yourself and you don't like your body because you feel overweight, or you're looking at your body because you're a bodybuilder and you constantly go to the gym, but you now have created a form of body dysmorphia because you're comparing yourself to Instagram bodies and you never feel as though you're big enough, toned enough, ripped enough. Add word in here. Or you have a body dysmorphia of anorexia. What's the other one? Bulimia? I think it's bulimia. I haven't heard that word in a while, so I don't know if that's the right word, but you get the gist. If you've got any type of body dysmorphia right now is the time for you to really focus on being real with yourself in terms of what actually makes you feel good body-wise. And disclaimer, I'm an astrologer, so I'm able to look into your birth chart and then able to like help you diagnose and quote-unquote diagnose in an astrology way that is not medical, and the FDA don't come after me. But I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor, you know what I'm trying to say. But I am able to look into the astrology and break down the underlying root feelings, cause, value systems, blockages on an energy level that are causing these things, and then find some pathways to solutions. So this is also a time to begin to start looking at it authentically and find your most authentic body type, which also means stopping looking outside and comparing yourself to, which is also like Lilith in Libra, to like rebel against comparison and comparing yourself to, oh, well, this body type looks great. Well, that body type might look great for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I always say to my brother, because my brother wants to be like super hench, but my brother's body type is amazing for being ripped. Now, some people obviously are super hench and they want to be ripped, but they struggle to get ripped. My brother does not struggle to get ripped. So I always tell him, like, just like, not because I want people to like give up and but I always tell him, like, give up on fucking trying to be so hench. Like, why? Just be ripped. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, being ripped is an amazing quality. Like, love your authentic DNA. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how your body wants to authentically express itself physically in the manifestation of your physical body. Love that. And that doesn't mean that you can, like, I'm telling you to sit on your ass and eat cake and just love the, like, no, you're abusing your body. Like, I'm not saying love yourself after you have physically abused yourself for years. That is not self-love. If you're constantly feeding yourself bad foods and not looking after your body, and then claiming online that you're self-love, body love, you're not body love because you're abusing your body. Do you get what I'm saying? How is that body love? You get what I'm saying? Body love is looking after your body, but as you create the optimal body type for you, then you love that because you're investing quality foods into your body, you're investing quality exercise into your body, quality sleep, and then the result of your investments into your body, you love that authentically. Whether that is big, whether that is toned, whether that is ripped, whether that is slender, whether that is curvaceous, whatever the result of your healthiest quote-unquote body type, that is the body that you need to authentically learn to love, because the body dysmorphia is you having your optimal body for you based upon your DNA and based upon the work that you've invested into yourself and still not loving that. So that's an energy that you're going to be able to help with that. And then also the last one for the Taurus energy is like the value systems. So really being able to learn to have your own authentic value systems and not feeling as though you have to cave into the value systems of the group or of society. Now, just because we're learning to collaborate with friends and with groups and harmonize with other people, it does not mean that we need to cave into their value systems and just share the value of the group, because then we have groupthink, which is dangerous. We've had like a lot, if we only need to look into history to find a lot of riots and mass killings and mass suicide and cults and all types of dangerous things we've seen in the past based upon groupthink. So I'm sure there are examples of groupthink being good, but largely speaking, in this present moment, I don't think it's a good idea for us to abandon individual critical thinking. So think for yourself in the group and create your own value systems, because part of the test of authenticity while being in a group is, I'm actually noticing, like doing my braces are changing my teeth, like I'm noticing the difference in my speak, like my mouth is cut over here, so I'm struggling to speak here, and I think I can hear the fucking lisp action happening. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of distracting me from fucking recording my own video. Anyway, where was I? Part of the test of authenticity while being in a group collective is having the strength, the courage, the confidence, which is all sun energy, to still be authentic, even amongst peer pressure. And I don't mean just that like teenage peer pressure of, oh, smoke this cigarette, smoke this weed, take this pill, fuck this girl, fuck this guy. Like, because we're grown now. That's not how peer pressure happens anymore. Peer pressure happens much more subtly when you're an adult. It happens in a way of you just being around people and you feeling as though you need to people please, which again, Lilith in Libra right now, in that square energy, like you need to challenge yourself to rebel against people pleasing while not abandoning your needs for connection. So don't people please people just because like they've got different value systems than you. The fact that we have different value systems and are still able to come together makes the group stronger. It makes the team more valuable because we have different value systems, different traits, different abilities, different assets that we bring to the collective. Don't abandon your assets and pretend to have the assets of somebody that you like in the group or a partner, like just because you think that will make you closer together. Like if you have to change yourself and be inauthentic to be a part of a group or be in a partnership, then that is not the group or the partnership that you're supposed to be in. Easy to say, sometimes not as easy to do. I know, granted. Now Mars retrograde is also opposite the Sun and Pluto in Aquarius. So in this energy, we're going to have to, again, continue this internal intuitive reflection on the actions that we're taking. And there is a great level of intuition that connects with Aquarius as well, from the fact of observation. The intuition comes through observation because Aquarius is the energy of the scientist. So imagine yourself like doing like lots of scientific tests, and we don't have to think about it super scientific like the chemicals in the lab and the psh. You can think of it like that if that's what helps you. But it can also just be you testing different workout routines, testing different diets, testing different colors in your fashion sense to see which one makes you pop and makes you look more vibrant when you're taking photos or when you're going out. You know what I'm saying? Testing different times of waking up and going to sleep. You know, just hacking your life. This is the Aquarius energy. You're changing and making some experiments to allow yourself to become a better version of yourself. Now, from doing those tests and observing them, we begin to start having an intuitive feel for what makes us feel better, for what actions to take and for what direction to take. And this is really aligning with Mars retrograde being in Cancer. There's a balance happening through the experiments that we take over here in Aquarius for us to transform into the person that we want to become, and the internal redirection that we're having with Mars retrograde being in Cancer. So we're intuitively changing our direction, changing our pathways, changing the way that we take action, changing the way that we pursue to achieve our goals. So yes, a lot of the time we are being told to get out of your comfort zone, and it's still a good idea generally, but in a sense there is a part of us that is focusing on returning to your comfort. I'm going to tell you to return to your comfort zone right now, okay? Return to your comfort zone. And it doesn't mean what you think it may mean. It doesn't mean stagnancy. It doesn't mean a lack of growth. It doesn't mean that you're not striving. And I really struggled with this recently because I had a period where I didn't want to record any astrology content. There was no YouTube videos being recorded, no Instagram content, nothing. I was in bed, I was eating, I was sleeping, I was resting, I was going to the beach, I was swimming in the ocean, I was fucking living my best life, if you want. You know what I'm saying? I was just resting and replenishing. And at times I started to have doubts internally of like, do I still want this anymore? Am I still ambitious? Am I actually striving to build a business, or am I just striving to do what it takes to survive, just do enough? And I had a lot of these internal battles because all I wanted to do was rest, and intuitively I knew that I needed it. I knew that I just needed to fill up my own cup, and I had to trust in my personal Pisces moon and have faith that as I fill myself up internally, that when the time is right, I will be inspired to come back. When the time is right, I will have the energy to come back and create, and to have the ambition to create at a high level. Now, I'm telling this story in just in case it applies to you in any way, in your career, in your business, in your love life, in your money, whatever the ambition is. Now, here's what I mean by return to your comfort zone. When I've come back to creating now, I realized that the most sustainable way for me to create content, for me to build business, for me to share value, for me to invest in you and to invest in my business in a sustainable, consistent way, is to tap into the most authentic version of myself and just have the most natural form of expression, which is the grounded expression that I am hopefully communicating here now. Now, that is what I mean by return to your comfort zone, because the most authentic version of you ultimately is the most comfortable version of you. Now, I said ultimately for a reason. I'm not using random words for random meanings. The reason why I said ultimately is because initially, you tapping back into the most authentic version of yourself is not actually going to feel the most comfortable version, because you have got used to wearing a mask. This is not an insult to you. The fact of you wearing a mask is very subtle, and oftentimes you're not aware that you're doing it. The fact of playing up to the crowd, or people pleasing, or delivering in a way that we see the other, expressing in a way that we see that other people express, just copycatting to a certain degree. There's a sliding scale. This is very insidious, and it is very subtle in the way that we do it. So when we've identified that and we begin to dig deeper internally, which is where Mars retrograde is doing by taking us back internally to figure out what is the most intuitive, natural way for you to take action, for you to achieve your goals based upon reconnecting with your roots and redirecting towards being a more intuitive, authentic version of yourself. This is really the energy that's going to drive us forwards. There is actually a connection with the South Node in Virgo also in this Aquarius season. The South Node in Virgo is the vehicle that is going to drive you towards your North Node, towards the collective North Node destiny in Pisces. So Virgo is all about service, about helping people, about the plan and the details. Now, if you look at the North Node and the South Node, the North Node being the direction that you're going towards, the South Node being the vehicle that takes you there, then look at them as volume knobs as well. The North Node is the volume knob that you need to turn up. The South Node is the volume knob that you need to turn down. Which means, and I wish this guy would turn down the music as I'm speaking now, you know what I'm saying? But Virgo is the energy of like the plan and the details and having everything organized, which is still important because it's a vehicle to get you there. But it needs to be turned down in terms of when it's being overkill, like the perfectionist and the procrastination that comes with that, and the overthinking and the overanalyzing. this needs to be turned down because we need to turn up the energy of the Pisces intuition, of the creative possibilities, of the creative imagination, of stepping into the unknown and allowing yourself to have faith in different potentials and possibilities that could happen, and believing in the possibility of these potentials happening. Whereas Virgo is very skeptical and critical and needs to see the maths all calculated out before we can move forward. So you need to take that energy and turn that energy down. So that's really how we're going to be able to start getting towards our destiny. So as you add in the Virgo South Node of the work and the help and the service, we're focusing on serving the community, using teamwork as a way and collaboration as a way to help serve the community and help us as a pathway and a vehicle towards helping us getting towards our goals of the North Node in Pisces. So I hope this gives you a good understanding of what the Aquarius season is going to be about. I'm going to put the link in the comments to book your free 10-minute reading so you can get a glimpse of what it is I do and how it is that I can help you. I oftentimes forget to do it immediately because it's not something that you can schedule. You have to go back to the video and then put it into the comments. For some reason, when I put the link in the description, it's not working for everybody, which is annoying, so I have to put it in the comments. But if you've got Instagram, then just as soon as you're done watching this video, just come over to Instagram and message me reading or something to that effect. You get me to say, or just ask for the free 10-minute reading. You don't need to feel bad or feel like you feel shame. Like it's on offer. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, peace.